Hi everybody, my name is Heidi and welcome to this afternoon yoga session. We are going to dive right in. Go ahead and place those feet about hip distance apart. And shifting the weight from the heels to the balls of the feet, heels, balls of the feet. So we are finally moving some new equipment into our office today. We have a cabinet that I get to paint this week. And we are still on the hunt for a desk. It is coming though. We have our filing cabinets and some books and everything. So I have my essential oil diffuser going as well. So it's nice and pepperminty and eucalyptusy in here, which is great for opening up the sinuses and getting a little bit more recharged. So I am calling this session these Monday afternoon at 5 sessions, recharge and restore. So hopefully it's that time between work and the evening with whatever activities you're going to do next, that you have a little time for yourself in this yoga space where you can recharge and restore for that next evening of activities. So go ahead and breathe in, lifting the arms overhead. Exhaling, pressing that space away. Big deep inhale in. You don't have to be standing. You can be sitting on the floor or in a chair. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, we're going to forward fold here, just really nice and gently, keeping a bend in the knees. Maybe using a block here, so we don't have to come down quite so far, and we can actually get a deeper stretch into the hamstrings here. We can play around at what height of the block to use. So then from here, adding the breath, we're going to inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the tailbone for monkey, modified monkey, and then exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, lifting the tailbone, lifting the chest. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling here. And exhaling. And this time inhaling those arms overhead all the way up. And exhaling, hands to heart center. From here, we're going to come into all fours on our hands and knees. The shoulders stacked over the wrists, the hips stacked over the knees. Inhaling into our cow. And exhaling, cat. Inhaling cow, exhaling cat, really sending our spine through its full range of motion. And from here, sitting back into child's pose, bringing the arms overhead. From here, walking the body over to the right, keeping the left hip grounded so we get a nice deep stretch through the left side of the body. And then from here, walking the hands over to the left, keeping the right hip grounded and seated down so we get a nice stretch through the right side body. here, walking back to center, curling the toes under here and lifting the hips into downward facing dog. Maybe cartwheeling the hip, or excuse me, walking the dog here. Pressing one heel at a time down toward the mat. And then from here, coming forward into plank or kneeling plank, turning the tops of the feet onto the mat, inhaling at the top of our plank or kneeling plank, exhaling chaturanga, slowly lowering all the way down. Inhaling, lifting the chest for cobra. This is really about the back strengthening, so the hands are really not even helping out at all. Exhaling, pressing back through child's pose into downward facing dog. From here, stepping forward with the right foot, grounding the back heel, and inhaling into warrior one. Stacking the front knee over the ankle. The back foot is turned out at about a 45-degree angle. And then really we can choose to have our hands at our hips, cactus arms, hands at heart center. We can have our arms overhead. However, this does require a little bit more work, and it also encourages the shoulders to kind of hike up. So I actually like fingertips pointed toward the ground. Really promotes those shoulders to relax down and back. And then from here, inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling, bringing the hands to either side of that front foot and stepping into forward fold. Inhaling the arms overhead here into mountain. Exhaling, sitting back into a gentle chair. Taking a full deep breath here. And then inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling, forward fold. Stepping back into downward facing dog. Maybe bicycling the heels here. And then stepping forward with the left foot. Grounding the back right heel and inhaling up into downward facing, or into warrior one. Relaxing the shoulders down and back. Choosing a placement for the arms. I'm going to try some cactus arms. Deep breath into that low belly. And then inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling the hands down to either side of that front foot, stepping back into downward facing dog. Bringing the knees down to the mat and pressing back into child's pose. From here, coming to a seated position on the mat, sitting on our sit bones, so rocking back and forth. So we feel those sit bones right under us. And then letting the right foot stand and the left leg bend just underneath in a comfortable position. From here, sitting as tall as we can on the inhale. And on the exhale, twisting toward that right knee. Really letting the body do the twist without using our arms to torque our bodies around. And then letting the Coming back to center, switching sides. So letting that right leg rest on the ground, the left leg, foot on the floor, sitting tall here, still sitting on those sit bones. And then exhaling, twisting toward the left leg. With each inhale, sitting as tall as we can. With each exhale, twisting a little bit further through the trunk. And coming back to center. Moving into pigeon, one of my favorites. Bringing the left leg behind us, the right leg in front. Positioning the body over that front leg. Again, nothing should hurt. We just kind of want to keep everything in a pretty neutral alignment. Feeling the stretch through the right hip and the front of the left hip. So we can stay here or come down on our forearms for a little bit of a deeper stretch. If that stretch is pretty intense, continue to breathe through it. Inhaling, focusing on the area of tightness. Exhaling, relaxing through that area of tightness. Slowly bringing the body up from this position and sitting to that right side. Switching sides here, bringing the left leg forward, right leg back. Squaring the body over the hips. Breathing into that stretch. It probably feels pretty good, especially if you've been sitting all day. Maybe coming onto the forearms. Slowly bringing the body up and then coming onto that hip. We're going to roll gently down to our backs, bringing the knees to the chest, letting the legs rock from side to side. And from here, letting the feet come to the mat, hips shift to the right, left leg straightens, right knee bends and crosses over the body. Straightening the right arm out by our side and gently looking over at the right hand. A full crossbody twist here. We're moving into the restore portion of our practice today. From here, engage the abs to bring that knee back to center. Standing both legs, letting the hips come to the left, straightening the right leg, Bending the left knee up to the chest and crossing the body. Straightening the left arm out to the side and looking over at that hand. From here, engaging the abs to bring that left knee back to center, letting the body come back to center. Standing both feet on the mat. This time grabbing a foam block if you have it. Aligning the ankles under the knees, lifting the hips, placing the block right under the hips and letting the hips rest on the block for a supported bridge. Letting the arms rest on the floor, palms up, letting the eyes close. Feeling totally supported by the floor. Maybe bringing the feet wide, letting the knees fall together. Focusing on the breath, and in this position, totally focusing on the breath by just thinking, I am breathing in on the inhale, and I am breathing out on the exhale. Just those very simple scripts for each breath. Gently wiggling the fingers, opening the eyes, pressing up, removing that foam block. Bending the knees into the chest, and again, just rocking from side to side. And then rolling the body to one side. Resting here, and then pushing the body up to a seated position on the mat. Coming to easy seat. From here, taking the index finger to the thumb, Gaya Mudra, turning the hands, palms up, resting on the legs, closing the eyes, bringing our attention to our heart, Breathing in all of the junk from our day or world or life, and breathing out love. If it's anxiety or stress, worry, breathe it in, breathe out love. Either silently repeat after me or listen to this next section. I am peace. I am strength. I am love. I am happiness. I am serenity. I am light. I am positivity. And then just taking the hands to the heart, saying, thank you, my heart. Taking a nice big deep inhale in and exhale. Big deep inhale in. Exhale. Last really nice big inhale, energizing. Exhaling, letting the eyes open. Welcome back. So thank you for being here, taking this time to go through this yoga practice. And always feel free to reach out to me. Namaste.